Nakivale refugee settlement is the oldest settlement in Africa and the 8th largest settlement in the world. The settlement is found in southwestern Uganda, Isinjiro district, and has a population of over 120,000 refugees from various countries including Rwanda, Congo, Somalia, Eritrea, and Sudan. Many of these refugees are children who are victims of forced displacement, wars, and human rights abuses. Although education would give hope to the refugee children, there is limited access to quality learning resources in the settlement. The television education, currently used by the Ugandan Ministry of Education to provide access to learning during this COVID-19 crisis, leaves out many learners from poor refugee families that lack access to TV sets and electricity. The state-owned radio station, Radio Uganda, used by the ministry to deliver teaching, has poor to no reception in the settlement. Because of being redundant at home, many refugee girls have already been forced into marriage. Others are carrying unwanted pregnancies, while other girls and boys have been forced into child labor. Keeping such vulnerable learners engaged in education at home is more than an option. To enable continued learning during the COVID-19 crisis, Mbarara University of Science and Technology, MUST, in collaboration with the Swedish Program for ICT in Developing and Emerging Regions, SPIDER, implemented a remote open learning academy to enable learners and teachers in Nakivale refugee settlement learn mathematics and health science from the comfort of their homes. The academy utilized interactive radio instructions, mobile phone learning using memory cards, and a toll-free line to enable learning and continued feedback beyond the radio sessions, and infographics to graphically represent topics in a way that stimulates visual learning. Over 1,300 otherwise hard-to-reach vulnerable learners from 6 schools have accessed quality learning resources provided by the academy. The academy also trained 12 teachers from Nakivale refugee schools in remote teaching skills. The training focused on radio lesson preparation and delivery, and video-based teaching and learning. Our mathematics and health education videos and audios can also be accessed from our open access digital library at ecomast.org. Testimonies from teachers and learners indicate that the academy has been beneficial in many ways.
I'm Muchungu's Edward, a teacher at Kawazana Primary School, specifically mathematics. As a teacher who have been presenting on the radio, that program, I have achieved a lot in that program. I was trained on how to run a radio lesson, and through the skills that I got from the training, it was actually wonderful, very fantastic while presenting on the radio. From the experience I got from this program of Mbarara University, other organizations and the government too took interest in me to go and present on other radios. So far, I am presenting on other 2 radio stations, that is Radio West and Rihira Millennium Radio. I am presenting mathematics on Radio West by Window International Uganda under Education Cannot Wait, and on Rihira Millennium Radio, it is the Isinjiro district local government funding that program again to teach maths. And through that, me personally, COVID has not affected me at all, because economically I was earning and it was a good score. Looking at what the Mbarara University of Science and Technology together with the Spider program, what they have imparted in me. I wish to thank the program manager, everybody, the funders. Please, thank you very much for that. Thank you very much for that.
My name is Msimenta Safra. I'm a teacher at Nakifari Secondary School. I'm the Director of Studies. I, as the Director of Studies, have benefited much from the training they have offered to me and the school at large. We've learned how to use Zoom, the conferencing, which we have not been knowing before. There is one scenario that I had. There is a parent who contacted me and wanted me to support his children, and I had to use the Zoom, which I learned from Open Learning, and I was able to deliver to them, and they were so thankful. And I'm so appreciative to the organization and feel that it should continue giving us support for the smooth running of teaching and learning, especially during this COVID-19 pandemic.
By name of Mtezilizaza David from Senior 1A, a student of Nakiva Secondary School. I pay thanks to Spider for having provided us some of learning materials that are helping us as far as e-learning is concerned. Using such materials like graphical notebooks, listening to radio as we are in this period of lockdown, no study, no attending schools, but just listening from a radio. As I hear from radio, I refer them to the graphical notebook that I am having, and even approaching my memory card using my phone. I insert it in my phone and I hear very well. If I have not understood, maybe that helps me to get more of mathematics.
I have been interacting with my learners to see some challenges which they can face. So they have been appreciating the program which is conducting on the radio, that is delivering lessons on the radio from teachers. And they have been telling me that it is good to listen. And when they are listening those radios, sometimes they get the challenges, like in asking the questions. But when they gave them the toll-free line, so that if you fail to understand the question or you fail to understand the lesson, it is easy to call. So they have been telling me that they are flexible now. They can ask questions, and the one in charge is him or her give the clear information about the question which they have asked.
Despite the benefits, teachers and learners express the need to extend the academy to other classes and other subjects.
I would like to still appreciate the Open Learning project and wish if funds could allow, they extend to other classes, especially senior 2s, senior 3s, and senior 5s who are still in the lockdown and have not benefited much in this project.
I really ask or suggest whether they can extend that program for other subjects like geography, like history, like biology, such that we can understand them. We also be perfect, or we do better in
you.